What's good? Is your boy E coming at you with some finance solutions. And real quick, man, just wanted to touch base. What a crazy day in the markets. And I ain't gonna lie, almost got myself in some trouble today. Actually, it was basically from the standpoint of me knowing that I had some important errands to run. So I started trading, right? Knowing that I had to leave soon, and basically so I couldn't trade properly. I was rushed. Exact situation that you're not supposed to trade under, basically being distracted. And I actually had to finish trading on my mobile device. One thing I will say, I am surprised at how I was able to actually monitor the markets and my position and actually execute trades from my mobile device. So I mean, that was one good thing that I learned today. I use several different brokers, but for my intraday trading, I mainly use IB and TradingView. So if you're in the markets today, you already know what happened. I'll show you the trades that I took, how I actually took some bad trades and was able to manage to position and basically average down at the right time to go ahead and turn a potentially catastrophic red day into a green day. Today was one of those days where my setup actually didn't present itself off the open. And as you know, the rhetoric in the morning across the minute amount of financial media that I did consume before market open was seeming pretty bearish, in my opinion. For the most part, it was right. I mean, we were bearish off the open for sure. So basically, market open here, right? As the trading day began, we were just dumping off the open. So I mean, whoever was able to actually trade directly off the open and fade the market did awesome. And I mean, you didn't even necessarily have to trade directly off the open. I mean, you could have waited for any one of these pullbacks here. But I mean, the market opened like this. Just leaking, you feel me? Dumping. So when we got to right around here, I'm noticing that we're starting to kind of consolidate. And I mean, that is kind of almost like the setup that I usually like, my favorite setup, except for we went to the downside first and tested the bottom of the range first instead of the top. Usually on that setup, I'm always talking about we kind of rip off the open and top out and then wash out. But today we kind of washed out first. So, I'm looking for the same setup, just the inverse. But basically what happened is we just kept dumping. So, but right around here, when I seen us come down here, and again, look, this is about 10 minutes into market. So once I see this and I see this bounce to test the 9 EMA, then pull back to this level, I'm eyeing this we could actually hold this support and trend up just for, trend up for a little bit, maybe at least a VWAP or the 120, and then reject, and then maybe keep fading or something. That was the idea, the thought process behind the first trade I took. And this 446.23 was looking like a valid double bottom here for a second. That's where I actually put on my first trade at. I went long here, grabbing the 447 calls. And I don't know why I even decided to go long when I really don't like going long. I prefer fading rips, but I felt like everyone was basically saying bearish. And again, when too many people get on the same side of the market tends to do the opposite a lot of the time. So, that was my thought process and thesis behind why I decided to go long. You feel me? But we hit this double bottom, right? And just cracked it. And then I'm like, damn. You also have to understand that I know I don't have the full amount of time to trade, right? So that's why I'm making hasty decisions in my trading. You feel me? I was basically just trying to take a few quick trades and be done for the day. But unfortunately, things aren't always going to go your way. So I wasn't really sweating it that much, but I was ready to stop out. And basically, we just kept stepping down with these inverse higher lows. Look, if this was the bottom of the range, pull back, inverse higher low, pull back, inverse higher low, dump, pull back, You know what I'm saying? It's like inverse higher lows as we're stepping down, right? But just fading, right? So I'm watching it, and then what I should have done after recognizing this double bottom and us bouncing and seeing how overwhelmingly bearish the market was, I probably should have just scalped to the upside and got out real quick. And then I seen this come down here and test it for a third time, and we immediately cracked it. And then when we bounced, this 446 23, which was acting as support, was now acting as resistance, and you can see it here, right? So then instead of me stopping out like I knew I should have, I seen us dump a little more, right? And then at this point, now I'm looking at this 445.50s or whatever this level is down here, 445.61. And then I actually see like the triple bottom here, 1, 2, 3. And again, we start trending up again. And I actually averaged down and went long again here, right? But this time I grabbed the 446s. So the 446 calls expiring today, 0 DTEs. Because again, like my whole plan was to be done trading by like at least 10:30, 11 o'clock maybe, right? So look, you see the triple bottom here, and we start to trend up. But notice, what was support here now became resistance here. So I mean, everyone knows support and resistance is interchangeable, but you know, for some of those that may be a little bit newer to the markets, here's a prime example of that on even a lower time frame. This is a 1 minute chart, and the reason I'm showing it to you on the 1 minute is to show you kind of like what the price action was looking like.